It's good to be here. I've heard and listened carefully about critics and comments of colleagues and law enforcement authorities in different different countries, and I can quite much agree what has been said today, and one perspective that I have a possibility to speak here about my own work and also findings or some conflicts of interests inside the helping people or punishing people from criminal behavior. That's my main task is, of course, to try to keep my customers alive, which now seems to be a problem in Finland. There's a few slides about neighbourhood work, which the practical level of working here in Helsinki, and that works is put it inside the regulations and ethics and opinions from different steering methods that the police have, and so it's a working method which does not come up with the problems for myself, I shouldn't be doing this because it's allowing people to use more drugs or something like that. But with my work there comes up the problem that if we want to be proactive on human rights, which is the most important thing what police officer is doing, protecting the people's lives. So there comes the situation that people are using drugs, but instead of writing a fine to that person, we're trying to find some social or healthcare NGO worker to help that person to move on. So yeah, we go through with a few slides, and we'll see if we come up with these different political questions. And yes, that's one perspective that as I work as a senior constable, so I think I have the most easiest to speak freely about different aspects of my work. When we start to go up in this hierarchy organization, I have believed that it's more strict upon the we have certain messages and we need to follow them. So, but because of my task, I have quite a unique point of view for this topic that we are talking about today. And intro method we developed in last year with workers and specialists for different NGOs, and it's about how to do neighborhood work, how to make the neighborhoods work as better in Helsinki. And this information and presentation is gathered together with Annuska Dalmaso and Inari Viskari. Yeah, the world where people use drugs is very big, and we can say at the bottom of that world is the people who are using drugs and with a high risk way of using it, and are young or women or some minor groups, and they are in the risk of being used and abused sexually or with the violence. The world is of course like a dominance hierarchy with the people without home and without the protection of law because of their use of drugs, and that they feel that they are criminals and being treated as a criminals. So they are out of our normal protection system. Short idea how the intermediates work. We have 4 different methods, and this is about atmosphere in the neighborhood, about how to first of all use the professionals to work for the same goal. And usually when the police comes to the on site and people call to the alarm center, the tolerance level has gone over the tolerance level, like the yellow line. And that's like some neighbor looking from the window and saying, oh, there's a fight, or this is the last time I will go outside from that door, and there are people always in front of my door and they are talking to me very badly, or they being aggressive. So the tolerance level is exceeded over there, and then they call to the police. But the intermediates are supposed to work and are working this time in the Kurvi region, and there are like how do we activate the neighbors to work before the tolerance level is exceeded. We have open events in neighborhood once in a month. We try to gather the people and meet each other, and part of them are people who are using drugs, and part of them are people who are just living and owning maybe a small apartment, and bring them together. We have contacting and responding telephone, WhatsApp number, and email address to give feedback when people feel that this is somehow unsafety, or how we could solve this problem. And coordination of street work, which also include like community policing. So all the professionals are contacted to give information to each other what's happening in that special region. Communication it's important, like to bring down the stigmatized situation and narratives. So that's working in many different topics, trying to bring out the different kind of views in situation, that people would understand each other more better. From this slide, I would say this stigma hinders people from seeking help and residents from giving. That's like the most important part here. That if we would think that people with the addiction, that they have some sort of other disease, for example diabetes, or some sort of heart attack. So shouldn't I believe that residents and people would more easily trying to help people with that kind of circumstances. So we are bringing the idea that people are some sort of sick addiction this time, but the resolution is to give social and healthcare instead of police measurements. I will move fast on. The project underlines that people with substance use disorders should be addressed with public health care instead of criminal justice issues. And here are the contact details about the neighbourhood work and some additional information at our National Institute for Health and Welfare web pages. I can put them later on, but this one is, I think, important part that if we as police officers look all these different groups only as the criminals, then we limit our possibilities to prevent and reduce harms between those stages of problem securing people who are using drugs. There are thousands and thousands of people who are using drugs without problems. I've understood it's about 5 to 10% who are facing serious problems of drug use. And I don't believe as a police officer that we could never end people from using drugs. So instead of holding on the idea that we could stop people from using different kind of drugs or medicines or substances, we should concentrate more how to prevent high-risk drug use or how to take care of people with a substance use disorder. Of course, in this drug use phenomenon, there are a certain amount of people that are using violence and doing criminal things other than just using drugs. So the police measurements are needed, but at this point we are, with stigma, we are blocking the methods for prevention and harm reduce too much. Okay, that was a brief presentation about my opinions. Thank you.